Okay, so today we are talking about Monopoly. And today we're playing Monopoly, but we're playing it for a grade because we're following up on what we learned in chapter 2 and applying it to transactions that you will come across in your Monopoly game. However, this time it's going to be a little bit of a twist because you are going to be auditing each other's work as you go along to make sure everybody is on track. Therefore, when you turn in your Monopoly assignment at the end of the period, you will get a team grade based on the accuracy of all of your assignments, of all your worksheets, that being your T accounts. Now, you will have a printout of 3 different pages. And you can separate these if you like, if it's easier for you to break the staple, then restaple them again, or just keep them in the order they are. I'm going to print them on individual pieces of paper. All right. But you've got cash, you've got property. So every time you purchase a property, one of the blue properties, purple properties, whatever the price of that was, and improvements, houses and hotels. All right. So when you buy a house or hotel, you're going to put that in as an improvement. Now, it might get a little bit tricky, and some of you might have to work together. What happens when you mortgage a property? You get like half price of the cash for that property. Well, what are you going to do about the actual property you own? I suppose you'll decrease it half. You guys decide what that means, okay? And of course, owner's equity is going to be all those transactions where you either receive income or have expense, okay? So here we go. A couple samples. First of all, of course, write your name there at the top for who your name is. All right. And I would say that about every, and I'm going to have your substitute today kind of keep track of time. And I would say that about every 20 minutes, I want you to stop and balance up your T accounts. So I'll show you what that means. So we're going to go along and say, okay, all of our first entries are going to be this. Entry number 1. Let's get a different font in here, Reardon, so we can see a little better. Okay. Entry number 1. Let's do 18-point font here. Okay. All right. Entry number 1 is going to be you've got $2,000. Hello. You got $2,000 of cash. You're going to have owner's equity credit. I'm going to have to go over here and go space bar. Okay. I'm going to say transaction number 1. Label your transactions, please. $2,000 credit. Okay. Transaction 1. Then we go along. We go, oh shoot! I just came up on a property. Whoops! What am I doing over there? All right. I just came up on a property. I don't know why that's going over there. It's going wacko on me. I'm going to say number 2. We have maybe we bought a property for $100. Credit cash. Debit. Number 2. $100 property. I don't know why I have that bold, but whatever. Okay. Then we come along, we go, okay, we have transaction 3. We got community chest. We got $25. Now what do I do? Transaction 3. Well, down here for transaction 3, I'd say, well, that's going to be an increase. Whoops, dancing around here. That's going to be an increase. Owner's equity, revenue, $25. We go along and go, well, okay, we just bought another property. Whoops, there comes that problem again. We bought another property we bought Park Place for $200. Park Place, $200 property. You can kind of see where this is going, can't you? All right. Then we come across and go, oh my goodness, we're assessed for street repairs. Oh, most street repairs. That's terrible. Taxes. All right. And we're going to pay $100 for street repairs. Cost of doing business, right? We reduced cash. We just lost cash. Well, now what do we do? Well, we would debit owner's equity. I'm going to put that over here. It might push my thing around. What transaction number was that? That was transaction number 5. $100 expense that decreases owner's equity. Okay, now it's going to get a little tricky. I'm going to draw some lines here. Okay, so let's see here. Insert shape. We're going to put a line in here.
There you be.
Okay. All right. And what's my new balance? This is where you have to use your calculator. Well, cash, I got 2,000 plus 25 on the debit side. I've got 100, 200 plus 100. So this is how I would do that. Maybe keep it simple. I'd go like this. I'd say, well, now we have cash of 2,000. By the way, you don't have to have as much space as I do on mine. 2025. There goes that problem again. All right. Whoa, Reardon, come back. Craziness. Okay. And on my credit side, I've got what? 400. Total each side up. And after you're done, you can say, well, okay, my new balance is now the difference, 1,625. Kind of see where I'm going here. I'm going to do the same for property. Put a line in there. This one's easy because I just have the $300 down here. It's my new balance. I haven't bought any improvements yet for houses or hotels. Owner's equity, I would do it like this for now. Say, well, on the debit side, on the right side, I got $100. Credit side, the increase side for owner's equity, I got 2,025. And if I net those out, moving forward, the balance is 1925. Then you would start entering the next transaction after that. So the next transaction would be like cash. So I increase cash, transaction 6, I'd put down here, and away we go. Okay. That's kind of what I want your worksheets to look like. However, now that you've got cash, 1625, property, 300, and owner's equity. So I'm going to add up my assets. 1625 plus 300. I don't have any improvements yet. 1925. Total assets. Total owner's equity. We don't have any liabilities. That makes things really simple. Total owner's equity, 1925. They balance. However, before we move on the game, again, I'm going to ask the substitute to run the clock for like 20 minutes, and you're going to balance. I want somebody else in your group to initial next to your totals here. 1625, the 300, and the 1925 moving forward. Everything needs to be initialed before you move forward by somebody else in your group. And the next time around, because you're going to be in groups of 3 or 4, based on however you want to get split up by the substitute there, you need to have somebody else the next time somebody else different initial those amounts. So before you move forward as a team, keep playing, make sure that everybody's totals for cash, property improvements, if applicable, and owner's equity match up. They balance. The left side, the asset side, equals the right side, in this case, the owner's equity side. If not, find out why. Because again, you're going to be getting a group grade on this assignment when you turn it in. All right, so don't just go willy-nilly and, well, I'm just going to do whatever, because that's what I want it to look like. All right? Now remember, just some reminders about basic rules about Monopoly. Don't forget you have to build equally with houses before you can put hotels on. You have to have all the colors before you can put houses on. Um, you don't have to have a banker because there's no cash. It's all on paper here. And also, when you get to these balancing, like every 20 minutes, when you get to these balancing activities, I would strongly suggest that you have a trading session. Open it up for trading. Say, okay, I'll trade you so and so or cash. Remember, you can trade cash and whatever. But also remember, if somebody lands on a property and nobody wants to buy it, it goes up for auction. So every time somebody lands on a property, it's going to get sold either at the face value for what it's listed as or for some cheaper price based on an auction. Okay? So that's my expectations. And again, when you're done with the game, I would say make sure you end at about 10 till so you have time to balance your accounts, correct? Then, of course, collect the boards, put them away like we've done before, neatly. You're going to have to get some tables from Mr. Roberts' room, two of the triangular tables, plus the one in the corner. You guys can figure it out. You know the drill, you've seen it before, okay? And make sure everything gets cleaned up. All my games get put back in the box. The 4 game boards get put back in the box neatly. I'm going to look at neatly too. I might even make deductions on your assignments if I find crap in the boxes. I'll be looking at the boxes. Okay? So there you go. And have fun. It's a challenge, a little bit more challenging than we've had before. Have fun. And I'd like to know who won. Take care.